What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our aABL Week 5 Team Builder. This week we are taking on ShinyKrabby and his Hitmontop Oss. This is a rematch, for us at least, to sort of take some revenge for the two losses where he absolutely smacked us in D&D. What you're seeing on the bottom there is correct. Unfortunately, he does not have a logo, so I did have to fill it in with just some text. It's probably pretty hard to read, but you get the gist. He's the Hitmontop Oss. And as of recording this, it's actually the middle of week 4. Normally, I tend to record these now later on so that I can get their record correct. This is his record as of week 3. He is actually 1 and 2 minus 1. I didn't even have to change it because that's what Jay's was as well. But we've improved to 2 and 2 minus 1 after defeating Jay and the UNC Wingles. Yeah, so there is a reason that I'm recording this early. I am going on vacation on Saturday, and I won't be back till the next Saturday, really late the next Saturday. So essentially I'll only have the Sunday to record, and I'm battling like early that morning, and I really don't want to record a team builder and then battle. Like I'm probably gonna actually just hold off on recording. I'd rather just sort of do the battle, then record the battle, and then put it up like late that night. So that's kind of the idea. So we're filming the team builder early. It doesn't really matter. I'll probably for the actual battle I'll have his updated record, but for the team builder we've got the unupdated record, and it won't matter because you guys won't even see this until Sunday anyways. So who am I kidding? Anyways, let's run through his team. He has Latias, which is a user, Florges, Empoleon, Shaman, Electros, Ditto, Typhlosion, which is a Z user, Megalopony, Mamoswine, Terrakion, which is a Z user, Golbat, and Omastar. I don't think Shaman, Golbat, or Omastar are coming. Shaman, I have good reason to think that it's not coming. Weavile Dixit, Nidoking Dixit, Venomoth Dixit, Serena walls it completely, Incineroar Dixit, Accelgor Dixit, Minior Dixit, Skarmory Dixit. Like, it only really beats Rotom-Wash, I'm thinking. So I really don't think that Shaman is going to come. Now, granted, like a sub Leech Seed, like a sub seed set could be really annoying, but I have a lot of stuff that just like outright can kill it, so excuse me, I don't think it's coming. Omastar has a pretty terrible matchup against my team. It's just too slow. It's really just, excuse me, it's just too slow to deal with me. He could bring it as like a suicide lead, but he's not the kind of person to bring suicide lead mons, so I don't think that's coming. Golbat gets destroyed by a lot of my team. Mega Gardevoir completely destroys it, Weavile completely destroys it, and Rotom-Wash completely destroys it. So does Minior actually, so I don't really think he's going to bring the Golbat. He could bring it to like taunt Skarmory or something, but like even then, it can't touch Skarmory, so you know, that's that. And yeah, the rest of his team I think is probably coming. Now granted, that's 8 mons and he can only bring 6 of them, so he will have to decide. I think if he was going to take something out, it would probably be the Typhlosion and the Electros. I think something like a Latias, Florges, Empoleon, Ditto, Megalopony, Mamoswine, Terrakion would come. Oh, hang on. That's 9. Oh, he's going to have to take one more out. Maybe the Terrakion. Maybe he wouldn't bring the Terrakion then. I think Florges is coming just because it's a really good special wall and he loves using it. Megalopony is coming for sure. I think Mamoswine's coming because it actually does relatively well against most of my team. I think Empoleon's coming because it can deal with Mega Gardevoir. I'd have to run Focus Blast for it. I'm skeptical about Typhlosion, although Typhlosion does have a good match against my team overall. Terrakion, again, I'm skeptical about, but again, it does have a good matchup. Excuse me. Especially because it can run just like Poison EMZ and kill Mega Gardevoir pretty easily. Like a Double Dance Poison EMZ set or something like that. Megalopony is for sure coming. There's no reason in my mind why it wouldn't come. And Latias, I think, is also for sure coming. So that's kind of that. First up is Rotom-Wash on our team. Oh, I skipped some stuff. He has priority in Empoleon with Aqua Jet, Lopunny with Quick Attack and Fake Out, Mamoswine with Ice Shard, Terrakion with Quick Attack. He has Hazard setting in Empoleon with Stealth Rock, Mamoswine with Stealth Rock, Terrakion with Stealth Rock, Omastar with Stealth Rock Spikes and Toxic Spikes. He has removal options in Latias with Defog, Florges with Defog, Empoleon with Defog, Golbat with Defog, and Omastar with Rapid Spin. So lots of Defog. as you can see, and he has 1 4-times weakness on his team in Omastar to Grass. So, let's run through our team then. We are bringing a specially defensive Rotom-Wash. This is there to take on the Empoleon primarily, although, the Typhlosion primarily, although it can wall any of his special attackers pretty well. Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Hydro Pump, and Defog. Defog just to get rid of his Stealth Rocks. If he wants to Hazard Sack me with Omastar, then that's fine. I don't get affected by the spikes. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Just call me A-Drive with all the yawning. Yeah, I can Volt Switch on anything as well. His one ground type is Mamoswine, which I have Hydro Pump for, so that thing gets threatened, and Will-O-Wisp as well, actually. Yeah, but Defog is there just for the utility to get rid of hazards. Leftovers for some recovery, you know. Yeah, so we're running a nifty EV spread here. I'm running max special defense Calm because I'm going to get more benefit out of buffing my Spadef than I will my HP, because I'm not trying to tank both hits, I'm trying to tank special hits. And we're running a nifty amount of speed, so 132 speed on a defensive Pokemon. Why are you doing that? Well, I actually outspeed offensive Empoleon, which is kind of the tier that I wanted to hit, was outspeeding offensive Empoleon with this. Excuse me. We'll also outspeed no speed Golbat with this, min speed Golbat with this, and we're outspeeding a max HP Mamoswine variant. I could have gone up to outspeed like an adamant Mamoswine, but I decided it wasn't really worth it because Mamoswine can't hit me with anything. The best it can do is like a rock type move or knockoff. Or Grass Knot if it gets that. Oh my goodness, excuse me. He doesn't have a Mold Breaker Mon, so I don't have to worry about that. And like I said, Mamoswine gets destroyed by this anyways. I put the last 4 points into special attack, just to get a little bit more out of Volt Switch and Hydro Pump. I'm not one to rely on moves that can't hit, so I'm not going to rely on Hydro Pump, although I might have to click it on the Mamoswine, the Terrakion, and the Typhlosion at some points. That's kind of, I don't know, that's just my Rotom set. Next up, Skarmory, which is going to be our physically defensive wall. Running Stealth Rock, Whirlwind, Toxic, and Taunt with max HP, max defense, bold, and 8 speed. I just popped the last points into speed. They can go into Spadef if I want them to. It doesn't really matter. The speed isn't really going to matter all that much because we're not outspeeding Min Speed Florges with this. I did want to be slower than Min Speed Florges just to be able to Whirlwind it anyways. And if he wants to defog, then I can get up rocks afterwards, sort of go through that whole cycle, because I will have more Stealth Rocks than he will have defogs, I believe. So that's kind of the idea there. I don't know, standard physical wall. Again, Mamoswine can't touch this either, so I'm not sure actually if he'll bring Mamoswine because Skarmory and Rotom-Wash actually completely hard wall the Mamoswine. So we'll see about that. This can handle Terrakion relatively well. It can handle Megalopony relatively well. Both of those, if they are setup sweepers, then I can sort of phase them out with Whirlwind. Excuse me. He does have quite the special bias on his team, and this walls go back completely as well. I've got the Toxic on there for things like Latias and Florges that want to switch in. I would imagine he's just going to carry the Heal Bell and Florges anyways, but that's kind of there. He could have Natural Cure. Well, he's going to have Natural Cure Shaman if he brings that in, so that's obviously a moot point. But Toxicking something like the Electros is really good for me as well. Obviously, I don't want to Toxic things that I want to burn, like Mamoswine, Terrakion, Megalopony. But Toxicking his walls could be pretty beneficial for me. Next up is... I'm actually going to skip over Minior and we'll come back to Minior later. Next up is going to be Serena. We're bringing a Salt-Vested variant with Queenly Majesty, obviously. Drop Kick, Knockoff, U-Turn, Facade. I think he might run something like Toxic on the Florges, and I think if I get Skull Burned, then Facade is really good too. Goodness gracious, pardon my yawning. Drop Kick because I don't want to miss Power Whip, and I don't really need the power from Power Whip because I'm trying to abuse the Omastar's 4-times weakness. Drop Kick can lower the Mamoswine and the Terrakion's attacks as well, so that's really good, and the Megalopony. Knockoff is there to get rid of some items. Obviously, I don't want to be clicking it on the Terrakion because then it gets the +1 boost. U-turn for some momentum, and Facade, like I said, if I get burnt by a random Scald Burn, or if I get Toxics by like a Florges or something like that, then that could be really useful. Running max HP to get a little bit out of both defenses. We're already boosting our special defense with the Assault Vest, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm running 228 attack Adamant with 28 speed. This speed is going to let us outspeed min-speed Florges. So if he's running no speed on Florges, we're outspeeding it with the speed investment. It hits 186 with no speed, and we're hitting 187. So we will always outspeed the Florges, and I can U-turn on it, or knock off, or do whatever to it. That's kind of Serena's job, is to sponge the special hits from something like Lottie. Oh my god, I'm still yawning. Sponge hits from like a Lottie or an Empoleon, or a Shaman even, if that comes to. Sponge hits from all of those, and then be able to switch into something like my Minior to set up on them. Next up's Mega Gardevoir. He has very few Mega Gardevoir switch-ins I see on his team. Basically, you see Golbat and Empoleon, and maybe Florges, maybe. Golbat gets destroyed by a Psychic type move, so I don't think he really wants to bring that in on it. And then Empoleon gets blown back by Focus Blast, so that's why we've got that. Anyways, Hyper Voice, Taunt, Focus Blast, and Sub. Bringing Hyper Voice because it's the best move, and he doesn't have any soundproof mons like a Como. Taunt is there to stop things like Mammothswine getting up rocks, potentially stop the Florges from whooshing and things like that. Focus Blast, again, it's pretty much exclusively there to hit the Empoleon. Hyper Voice is going to hit everything else better. And Sub to make sure that the Ditto can't necessarily copy me. Running Max Speed Timid, which lets us speed tie with Shaman and Typhlosion. And we're running max special attack as well with a little bit of special bulk. We should be able to take a Shaman hit, potentially a Specs Eruption, just because of our base bulk as well. Next up is going to be, oh, I should talk about that actually then. Stealth Rocks are going to be really important for me this game. I need the chip to let Minior sweep late game, and we'll go over Minior set last, but I need the chip to let Minior sweep late game, and the hazard pressure is just going to be good. He doesn't have a very hazards weak team, but it's important to catch the Typhlosion on rocks as well. Yeah, so here's Weavile. We're bringing a Scarf Weavile with Ice Shard, Knockoff, Brick Break, and Ice Punch. It's not super important that it's Scarfed. I thought about bringing a Banded set, but I think that he might bring like a Scarf Terrakion, and it could be useful to have something faster than a Scarf Terrakion. Scarf Mammothswine, it could be really useful to have something faster than that. Scarf Latios, again, another thing important to be useful. I thought about running Pursuit on this set, and I ended up just not going with it because I can deal with Latios with the Weavile set regardless, and that's really the only thing that Pursuit is kind of catching on his team. So Ice Shard for some priority. Again, Scarf priority is kind of like whatever, right? But if he's at a point where I can pick him off with some Ice Shards, then that's where I want to go with it. Knockoff to get rid of items, honestly, and it's a really good stat move for Weavile. Brick Break is almost exclusively there for the Terrakion, but if he wants to bring screens on something, then feel free. I'll just Brick Break through them. I actually haven't run a calc to see if Brick Break or Low Kick is going to do more than to the Terrakion, so I might change that up before the game. I'll run a calc after I finish filming this and see if Brick Break or Low Kick is the better move to put on there. And then Ice Punch, because I don't want to miss an Icicle Crash. I'd rather have Ice Punch. It's doing almost the same damage as Icicle Crash, and it can't miss. So I kind of like the idea of having like an Ice Punch sweep late game or something like that. It just sort of makes sense to me. He doesn't actually have the best Ice switch in. Like Ice resists, essentially. Like Empoleon, Typhlosion, and Omastar are his Ice resists, and yeah, Empoleon gets destroyed by a Brick Break. You know, Typhlosion's gonna get destroyed by a knockoff. Omastar gets destroyed by a Brick Break and a knockoff. So that's kind of where we're at with Weavile. We're running 136 speed Jolly, which lets us outrun Scarfed Latios, which is what we can outrun. Obviously, we're gonna outspeed Mega Lopunny as well because he can't run a Scarf on that thing. Max attack, and I pop the rest in HP because that's where we're going to get our best bulk from. Now, last but not least, I skipped over this. We're bringing in Minior for its debut. Bringing a Rocky MZ set with Sub, Shell Smash, Power Gem, and Earthquake, so it's just a mixed attacking Sub Smash set. I really need the Sub because otherwise Ditto can reverse sweep my team. That's all there is to it, to be completely honest with you. If I end up letting the Ditto catch me with a Shell Smash up, then he wins. Because Scarf Power Gem will run through my team. I basically don't have a way to deal with it, so if he ends up copying me after a Shell Smash, then I lose. And, you know, then all the power to him, because I misplayed, and I should have smashed when I had a sub up, or smashed when the Ditto was dead, or weakened enough that I can just get a kill with Minior and then like go into Rotom to sponge a hit or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, Power Gem and Earthquake is basically perfect coverage against this team. Whatever Power Gem won't hit super effectively, essentially Earthquake will hit, which is almost only Empoleon. That's basically the only thing that we're ever going to click Earthquake on is the Empoleon. Maybe the Terrakion because it's super effective as well. Same with, well, Typhlosion, I would rather just click Power Gem. Maybe the Omastar potentially. Yeah, that's kind of the deal there. We're running Rocky MZ for Continental Crush with Power Gem. That is going to be able to KO Florges after some chip. It's going to be able to KO Latias after some chip, Shaman after some chip, Electros after some chip. Those are kind of the big ones. It's actually going to be able to KO Mamoswine always, I believe. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but that's kind of the reason that we're running Continental Crush. Figured that Minior is not the best Z move user anyways, but I need the Z move to sort of be able to chunk things, sort of be able to kill things even at +2. Yeah, 176 speed Naive lets us outrun Latias. I wanted to run Naive because if I am full health with this investment, I have a chance to live an Ice Shard from Mamoswine. Now, granted, Ice Shard is not going to kill me if I'm in my shield form, but I'm not going to be able to hit it very hard if I'm in my shield form, and I'll be slower anyways, so he might not want to go for that. But once I'm in shields down form, Ice Shard will kill me, basically always, which is the problem. But if I was hasty, so because I'm naive, it's a roll for Ice Shard to kill me. Life Orb, Jolly Life Orb Mamoswine, it's a roll for Ice Shard to kill me. I've split the attack and special attack into 148 each. This investment is fine, essentially. Like, it's just splitting my attack investment in two because I'm running a mixed set, and this is basically fine because it puts Power Gem at a range where it's a roll to kill the Florges after some chip, and it also lets Earthquake be able to deal with things like Empoleon well enough. Yeah, and then I popped the rest in HP, wanted an odd number, so I popped the last 4 EVs into defense to be able to deal with the Mamoswine a little bit better, tiny bit better. So the game plan is kind of to get up rocks with Skarmory. Hopefully they stay up, be able to wear some things down, wear a lot of things down with something like Gardevoir and Rotom as well, and then be able to pivot into special hits with Serena. Something like a Draco from Latias would be really useful to pivot into with Serena, and then I can go into Minior when he's -2, set up a Shell Smash, or set up a sub in front of the Latias, and then set up a Shell Smash, sorry, and then we can sort of go from there is kind of the plan. Yeah, the plan is to either have Minior sweep late game, or Weavile be able to sweep late game with the Scarf. So, anyways, that's the game plan against Krabby. This has gone on for way too long because of all my yawning, and I've sort of been going off on tangents, but there you go. This is our Week 5 team builder, and I'll see you guys for the match.